It's hard to believe that Mint Mobile is
Hey, yeah, I just seen that.
All right, let's dive into a few things when it comes to our ER plays that we have. This week, everything is going to be on the tail end after the election. That's when all the bigger names start reporting. I believe it's like Roku, Square, a bunch of other tech names. So very consumer dependent, software dependent. So tech, consumer goods. Consumer spending is going to be key there. But the ones that we have right now, the ones that we did already, PayPal, we have Hilton that just came up, we have Wayfair that already reported, we got that. Wendy's Group we have, and then AMC. Let's go into that real quick on what we did for AMC. This is Twitter, the one that I'm just managing that trade real quick. So let's go into AMC. All right, so what we did on AMC, if you don't know options, if you don't know, I'm going to try to say this in the simplest form possible. I don't want you to be confused, and if you do know what I'm talking about, please just bear with me here. I'm going to break it down as simple as possible, and what we did is we wanted to do a full-on risk reversal here, saying that, okay, movie theaters are going to open back up. People are going to surge back to just get that experience again. But we're not going to play that short term because obviously there's no end in sight when it comes to that. So what we did is we looked towards the January 22nd, January 2020, not 22nd. And when we did that, what we did is we bought a $2 call. So in the money already. All right. And then we sold a $2 put. All right. So what that does is that's going to emulate having 100 shares. You only put on $10, but you're setting aside the full amount if that goes to zero. And this is per contract. So it was like $211. Now, yes, you can just take 100 shares when it comes to this, but you can always exit these plays and do that with 100 shares. You can obviously scale out and do that, but that's the full-on thing, and you can just let it ride, and you have time. It's not going to have any theta decay because of how far out these leaps are. And so that was a $10 debit when it comes to that. So at a $2.11, you're looking at literally $1 per move, or $1 per cent per penny. So you're already at a $23 profit on this already as is. And that's going to be great. So I mean, if you base it off of the cost alone, you're already at 150% gain on that. I believe today's move is still a 10% gain, which is great, but you got 150% on the actual thing that you put in for $10. You have a whole nother year. All right. And I think it's a great play. It's a great throw it aside. Don't even watch it. Yes, they could file bankruptcy because they have a 90% down. Yes, they could do this, but for $211, you're basically saying the movie going experience is completely gone. There will be no rejuvenation with it. And I think it's malarkey, right? Shout outs to Biden, right? All right, so then what we have here is PayPal. This one we can do. We talked about this yesterday on stream. We even set it up on stream. We talked about what we want to aim for, what we want to do. We said that this level right here was going to be a contention area, one that's going to be heavily watched. Let's throw this on a 5-minute, make it a little bit easier. There you go. And what do you know? It kind of played exactly right to it and bounced off it. Strange, but that's fine. We knew that's how it happens, that these charts play off historical support and resistance along with the implied move. It's how the implied moves are typically calculated, along with underlying and fundamental dynamics that go along with it. But that is so wide that you are going to need just so much. You're going to need a catastrophic event to happen in order to break down below or break above. And if you're banking on a catastrophic event to ruin your position, I think you're in a good position then, because it's going to work out pretty well. All right. So the full on that, what was it? 107. Yeah. So $107 you'll be able to collect on that. The rate of probability on that was sitting at a 91% chance success rate, because of how I think it was a 2 standard deviation move on that. And I think the next one that we were talking about too was also a 2 standard deviation wide iron condor, which made it awesome as well. Okay. Wayfair. I think the problem we had though is we had to accept a mid ask approach, rather than hopefully getting mid or mid bid when it came to that. So we threw on another ultra wide iron condor when it came to this. Talked about it on stream yesterday, how we wanted to set it up, what was going on, our thought process, talking about the spread within each contract alone was sitting at a 10, 20 to even possibly 30% spread, which is difficult as hell to manage. And that's what it is. And you know what, I'm going to say this again. You talk about it on stream and you talk about where these levels are based off of the implied move, and you can kind of see where it ran into that resistance again off the implied move, and why I'd say don't use Greeks. You can use Greeks, don't use them to define your plays. Use your intuition. All right, they're priced this way because it beyond those events causes underlying changes that market makers have to then adjust for. There's a lot of other things that go into it. Let's just say it causes panic for them, and we'll make it really simple without going into too much depth. And so you either have to force it back down, or you have to just basically say, holy crap, I had to take a loss. And that's when you get those giant short squeezes or giant just drilling into the earth events. So the full event on that, or excuse me, the full play on that was 260 credit. And again, that was we were looking for a mid bid. So you have to accept lower a money return on a credit in order to get filled on that. And then we talked about the unusual option activity that we saw on that. That guy is getting really nervous. If it is that, there is no possible way that was an open strangle, that person was doing a buy to open strangle. It was the 285s and then the 235s that he opened up. 235s are gone. You would need the crash in order to get that, which leaves his 185 or 285 open to exposure, depending on who the candidate is. I think likely you see a lot of chop and a lot of uncertainty no matter who's elected. So if he's selling that, he's under pressure. So that's why we talked about moving it one more standard deviation away, collecting off of that. What was the 300 that we were collecting off of? And then we did it wide. So if this actually goes above to 310, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. And it's like about a 750 loss on that. But again, think of the move that has to happen. If someone told you tomorrow that you can collect $100 if you said that there's no chance in hell that SPY fucking drops 50% overnight based off of the election, and they're saying, okay, you take that bet. You take that bet every single time because there's a very low probability chance that SPY is going to drop 50% overnight. And if it does happen, you kind of just take it on the chin and accept it because those events won't happen often. And you will win 99% of the time, and that 1% sometimes happen. And this is like the little giants, like they're out there saying one time. All right, so take the suckers' bets, run with their money. So we did wide. We did a 205, 215, which is why we put it here. We wanted to make sure, we did a 200, 210 on that. And that's why we wanted it right here, because at the break-even point of that Iron Condor would play right off of that historical support. And then if it actually went to the 200-day, you would hope for just a mega bounce when it came to that to kind of reach back into that level. So that should be 260 again. You're sitting at 370 so far just off of those two plays, which is great. I love it. You have the AMC, which is their full-on risk reversal 200, so you're looking at about 400 just off of yesterday's plays if they all hit according to Friday. We only track until the expiration because then there'll be no cherry picking and saying, okay, everyone get out right now, but then there's always going to be that one person, well, I was at work, I couldn't get out. So we're just doing just all the way up until expiration, so there's no ifs, ands, buts about it or cherry picking. So what we did today also, I believe Hilton is tomorrow and Wendy's group. Okay, Hilton. What we said was travel's probably gonna be down. All right, travel was down. You're noticing that almost everything, the optimism is gone, and the reality of the pandemic and the shutdowns is actually taking effect. And the relief packages are not there anymore. So what we're going to say is that things probably weren't as good. Travel might be higher. Vacations might be up. So we wanted to play this in a way that says, let's just be careful. Okay. That's the best way to say it. Let me pull up the actual play that we targeted with this. We went for a November 20th because they only offer standards. Okay. And so we went for a butterfly. So we allowed for a little bit of upside at a 50. I'm just going to put it right there. All right. And then we wanted downside. And it was at 82, right off the 200 day. The 200 day is what we wanted. So we said we're gonna make money if it stays here. All right. So it's a big move. It played off of the implied move as well. I think the implied move is $8-ish. Let me just check real quick. 9. Okay. So 9, that's fine. And then just factor in everything else. So you only lose out on $88 if it doesn't work out, but you make a good chunk of change if it stays within that. And you don't need to hold till expiration. Right now, you're just going to be trying to collect as much as possible off of that 87.50 and just hoping that there's an IV crush on that and you collect off of that, but you're also going to lose off the 92 as well and the 82.50. So it'll play into that factor as well. So you'll probably get about a 400% return if it actually nails. Yeah, we didn't want to do that. Hold on. I see. Yeah, so about a 400% return if it stalls out there, which is good. It's good. And remember, you're trying to make money. You're trying to take the bet. You're trying to take a high probability trade. We didn't go completely directional, but it is a downward bias, bearish bias. The last one that we have. This is reasoning for my tweet. I said that the Baconator is overrated, and that you know what, just in case I'm wrong and the Baconator is actually underrated, we want some upside as well, that we can make money off of this. So what we decided to go for, since Wendy's Group is a standard expiration as well, we did a buy to open naked 22 put, which means right here. Let's do that. 22. Bought here. Oh, it's not. Yeah, whatever. Bought the 22. We said it's going to go down. Right. Weekly looks great. Daily looks great. We're just going to assume maybe there's some hardships with the economy and everything else like that. But then we also said, all right, let's protect to the upside as well, and let's also make money off of that. All right. So we said that the 23, whatever, right there, and then the 25s. Which should be a new 52-week high as well. Whatever. It lines up. Okay, and so what we did was we did a naked 22 put, and then we did a call debit vertical to the upside, which is a 23.25, 200 wide, 50, which is about 150 profit you can make to the upside, minus the 22 that you'd be paying for as well when it comes to that. And let's see what the actual total is behind it. You'd make about 70 to the upside. So remember, this is only 2 weeks out. You have no idea on the direction. You have nothing whatsoever. You're just trying to get movement out of this. All right. And I think playing to these two things is going to be fine. Now your curve is going to be favoring the downward pressure at all. If any of you follow Tasty, if any of you understand what a Jade Lizard is, think of this in terms of a buy to open Jade Lizard. Instead of the credit bearish call, you're doing the a debit call vertical to the upside and then going naked, and instead of selling, you're buying, and that's what causes this little, how would you describe it? It kind of looks like the Big Dipper in a sense. So unlimited profit to the downside and then cap to the upside. You only lose out money if it stalls. Gives you a lot of room to work with. All right, and so those are the plays. We have one on Yeti too. Yeti's going to be coming up later this week. Let me see if I can load this up. So I really like this play. And I mean, and then let's see if this shapes up to be, and you get this little, like I always say, the constricting price action into. I mean, I'm just throwing out just lines there. You get constricting price action into these inverse head and shoulders. I like the falling wedges because I don't like channeling down and then a break, because it's just a break and can do that. But if you get this constricting, it means there's a longer term battle that somebody's giving way, and so that's what I like it. So a break above 50 again is great. What we're doing is we're selling this week, because I believe it reports on Thursday, this week 55, and I don't think it's going to break above 55, so we should get the full money on that. And I believe it was at 88 at the time. 88, and then we're running at like 150 for a November 20th. It's you want time for expansion on these plays, especially if there's a beat, especially if there is not a beat as well, because you need the time for news to pick up, to people to accumulate and move it in a direction. So the typical standard thing for a calendar spread is a 30 to 45 DTE, which is days to expiration. So after this week happens and we collect the 88 off of that, think of it as we got 50% off our calls for the November 20th to run away with. All right, getting 50% off is great, but then you also need that to go up to break even, so that you're at least collecting 88 off of this week as well. And then you have free reign as long as it keeps going up and up. So you're open to a naked call to the upside, which is great. That's going to be our play. I think it ran us about 68, I believe, 68 to run that play. And then the setup into ER. I mean, obviously ER doesn't chart patterns, but you would assume that anybody forcing these patterns into a lead up probably wants to be in that position, and if not, then it's just formed for randomness, and that's fine. So those are all our plays. The tail end of the week, let's see, what do we got? We got Qualcomm on Wednesday, Marathon on Wednesday as well. That Zynga or whatever, the mobile app game, is also Wednesday. Match should be a good one. That's always great to just sell wide and collect. Thursday's the big day again. Thursday's always the big day for everything. It's the final end of the week. You got Alibaba, GM, Square, Roku, Peloton, AstraZeneca, Regeneron, Trade Desk, Dropbox, Uber, Papa John's, Teva, Bristol Myers. That's gonna be where we make most of our money, but we're already up to 400 this week. We've got some wiggle room. We can probably sell a little bit wider, collect a little bit more, and risk that 400 to add on to our totals. It does mean we make less, but we want the high probability trades, all right? All right, so that's probably going to be it for the ER talk. The Baconator's over. On November 13th, you have the Yeti at 50. That's not bad. My only problem, again, is I hate being naked directional when it comes to these types of events as well. IV Crush is a big thing, and that's why I'm selling a 55 when I could just go for like a... I mean, there's a lot of ways you can combat the IV and the changes in that while still being directional. You know, you can run your verticals and just collect something that's not going to hit for sure to kind of ease back on the pressure of having that basically an at the money call. There's a ton. I mean, you could run a back spread on that, but you know, you need a lot of movement out of that in order to get that. I like the calendar going into ER, especially if you want to throw it out to a December expiration instead. I mean, you could sell the 55 for November 20th and then buy the 55 for December, and then that way you have your 45 days to expiration and allows that time, and it won't be as affected much unless this utterly tanks. But if it stalls out on you, you'll be thanking yourself for that. So we got a lot to work with. I think we're up to 800 for the series so far. I think we got one more major week. I think the HD lows, the consumer side of things, has to report the following week. And then after that, everything really trickles down and you can barely get anything. So this week and next week will be the last chances to break with enough plays to be able to break that $2,000 mark that we had for the summer. Earnings IVB is safe haven for post-election IV Crush. I honestly don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. The last election that I was doing was 2016, and I was not into options yet. And I don't think I have the data. There's an option finder website, I believe it's called, or something like that, that gives you historical data like that. But I'm not paying the $200. I usually ask somebody for it because they have it, and then they run their back tests and how it would have performed and everything else like that. But I believe it's a UK-based website. So whatever 200 pounds is, or 199 pounds. In all honesty, though, I think the volatile events of 2016 was because of the polls of 16 saying like Hillary was going for a 90% chance of winning, and then when Donald pulled it out and won, it was like oh my fucking god, and that's why you had that like 1,000-point drawdown and then recovery the next day or whatever it was, just because everyone's like, they had to reprice everything because everything was telling them Hillary. And you got a similar event now. I think still Trump is the underdog, no matter which side you root for in life. I still think he's the underdog based on polling as well. So if he does come out winning tonight or sometime in the week, I do think you're going to get that drop in repricing and reevaluation, and then probably back on track to all-time highs. And it's not based on the economy alone either. We all know that there's other dynamics that he can He can get trade talks going again. He can get a vaccine talks and hopes going again. Definitely stimulus talks going again. So it doesn't have to do anything based on the economy. I believe it's Options Finder. Let me check it out real fast. Let me see. Historic. IV Volatility might have it, I believe, as well. I know that if you actually do want it from like CBO or something like, or CBOE, you have to pay out the ass for it, in like talking thousands. I'll look it up. I can't remember. I'll try to find it another time and then just mention it. But there's this wonderful lady named Tammy, and she handles every aspect of that backtesting strategies through multiple decades and more. I'll try to find it. I won't do it right now just because I'm also trying to manage this Twitter trade and a few other ones as well. PayPal should be fine, but that's all right. Yeah, no problem. I'll keep this the stream going. I had to keep running back and forth. I'm still watching after my son. But I'll be taking trades when I can, and just it's not the best conditions. I can't even trade. I'm sure there's people that are doing extremely well, but I can't trade ES right now. It's just, what are we playing off of this morning? You get the pop and then drop. What are we working with? A 20-point range, and it takes forever, and like I can't be sitting at the computer for 2 hours straight wondering if it's gonna pop or drop like that. So NQ is my only option right now, in hopes that something works out. keep on like looking down. So I'm like waiting for that candle to form right here. I don't know if you can even see my screen. I'm waiting for that candle to form and like the break above, and I look down to like handle a message, and it just gets away from me. Like I'd take that pop and be out. That's frustrating. Like looking down right now, but I'm like, not today, Satan. So I'm looking over 11 to 72 to print, and we get it back into range. I don't think it's gonna pull back under, but I do think that, I don't know. We'll see. I'm worried about a little fast movement. So that's that range that I wanted. Those candles sucked. But we'll see how this one done. Right, 272. Yeah, 272. I'm mad that I didn't. I know we started talking here. That's why I was drawing lines like crazy. I try to put those on there. I wanted that. Honestly, I think a lot of things are going to be different once we finally get the election. I think a lot of random movements that just don't make sense. I think the market dynamics are a wee bit off, especially in terms of pricing on options. That's been hell. Alright. I have the option now. Do I answer this direct message, or do I wait for this pop? Here. See, the thing is too is every time I put a freaking limit order in here, I'll leave it open. If it hits, hopefully I can get the direct message written in time. Son of a bitch. Every fucking time. I heard that noise go off too. I need to write this message too. I might just take the hit. At least get me green, baby. At least get me green. There we go. Alright. I'll take it. Alright, now I really have to write this message. Alright. Sorry, I'm gonna mute my mic just because I'm one of those weird people that mumbles what I say. Looks like it was a good out right now too. Nice. It's actually been a long time since I traded NQ. And NQ kind of scares me. I'm not gonna lie. Like 12 bucks isn't that much, but it's just like the fact that like you'll get just anything. And this is what I'm ultimately waiting on. Like tech, you remember how we were right before we had those giant sell-offs? That's what that is right there. Like that's setting up to either be this mega super explosion, or this is gonna be a mega super drop, just like their 14-day sell-off shit. Apologize if you hear any music too. It's my son's taking this ridiculously long nap, which I am grateful for, in all honesty. Yeah, very grateful for. I'm a little mad that my fills, no matter if I do a limit order, no matter what, I need to probably change the order type on that and stop doing like a limit market. I think I'm at a limit market and I just need to do a limit buy stop, or maybe it's set to limit buy stop and that's why it's doing that. Anyway, so when it hits that target, if it doesn't get filled, then it just gets me in, is what I currently have it set at. And what I want it to do is to, if it doesn't get filled, just hang there until it gets filled. Oh, do I want this? Do I want this? Do I want this? So what did we pop to off that? That was nice. You know, FinTwit is actually really freaking quiet today. And I also did this thing where I don't follow traders anymore. I follow some traders that I know are actually good. There's a lot of speculative traders out there that I don't really like to. They get in your head with like these weird, unusual option activity fucking posts that they do. And then they justify those positions after, in hindsight. I hate hindsight trading. Is my music even still running? I don't even know. Yeah, it is. Whatever. And Phillips. That's a terrible laugh, but this is how stupid this is. So that random line that I drew that was just like, oh, let's just show constricting price action on that and what it would mean and what it would do for Yeti earlier on, and it found support right off of it. Drawing lines on charts is really easy. Trading them is the skill. Which is why I say chart requests are goofy talk. You need to do a play request. So this is what I was looking at for Twitter as well. In terms of a recovery, that was the last spot that I was having. I wanted right there. It's more of a trendline bounce than it was an actual level bounce. But it's holding this 4150 level pretty easy. And so my dilemma currently is, when I was scaling into this position, then scaled in here, right now I'm up. And that's a pretty tight channel in order to want to exit that, and until it breaks to the downside. But if it breaks to the downside on this right now, it'll be pretty fast since they're at the money, and that's what I'm worried about. I just don't see it breaking out. See, this is what I was doing with NQ, Nasdaq. That's why I wanted to trade it too, because I might as well trade it if I'm going to be handling a position in it as well. God, see, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that is such a controlled sell-off. That is not panic. This is panic. This is not panic. Like, and then slow gradual rise. Like, this is panic. This is not panic. So I just feel like, I really feel like I want to be in something tech related for some November standards. November standards are your November 20th. Alright, we'll get that out of the way though. I did too much talking. I missed my shit. Damn. Oh well. That's good. So we're going on to 2 hours 45 minutes on this nap. So, and while we're here and while we're streaming and trading and talking about a stream that is about diabetes awareness, some of the things that we have typically is when he's at these steady levels of, you know, a normal blood glucose range is between like 80 and 120. Let's just make it simple. He's a toddler. He doesn't eat when he eats when he wants, and he eats what he wants. So we have to play to it and then just administer insulin accordingly when it comes to that. We're going on 2 hours and 45 minutes of this nap, and he's sitting at like 240, which is again double what he's supposed to be in range for, but it's impossible for him to stay in that range. It makes us feel horrible because it's like it's like when you're sick, essentially. When you're sick and you want to just sleep and nap it off, or like, oh, it's great they're getting sleep, but they're getting sleep because they feel like shit. So that's the dilemma we're in. This is why I've been able to stream this entire day, is because of he's napping. I'm like waiting for that moment that he's gonna wake up any second. Alright, I had to go check on him. Way too long of a nap. Something is fishy. Something is way too fishy. JDubs88, seriously, dude, thank you so much. That is a very, very good donation. That is a very good donation, and thank you so much. I think the closer we get to this end of the day, the more it's going to not be awesome. And then the top tick of this range too. I don't think it's gonna make a move right leading into an election. If it does, dynamics are crazy. Dynamics are crazy. Alright, time on the nap was 3 hours and 5 minutes. That was a super long nap. Alright, so I'm gonna take just a mild break. I'm gonna leave this up running. I'm looking for this level right here down at like what is that? Like 11,230. That's what I will want to try for and pick up. You know, in all honesty, probably right now, if we're playing the bullish stance, probably isn't a bad pickup area. But I think it got a little bit more to go, so we'll play that out. And plus, it's just been testing VWAP all day, which is probably not a good sign because everything we talked about previously about how institutions use that for fair value of getting clients out before an election and a daily VWAP. All right, so I'll be back here shortly.
How you doing, James? What's the bet?
Sorry, we had to give my son insulin, so I'm back now. I didn't get to read your message. So you said first bet SPY closes at today, second bet. Yeah, but what are the terms of the bet? Like, what are we working with here? Like ES was tradable today, obviously, but every time I kept looking at it, it's like I got this action, I got that action, and then like when I come back, then it's already dropping, and like, all right, well, I missed that move, and then you like switch back to NQ, you're like, all right, well, we already popped that one. So NQ's just been what I've been watching, plus because of the way that tech is set up. We're betting honor. What can we do? No, we can just do it. We can just bet. We don't have to. We don't need to make you lose money. No, it's okay. I got, honestly though, I have a lot of freaking open bets with the election. I think I'm hedged for literally any outcome where I have like Trump winning certain states. I have Biden winning certain states. I have someone win the electoral college. I have Trump wins, but it's through the courts, not through the thing. I have if Biden wins through there. I think I have every possible outcome done. I think I'm at like a break even if everything goes accordingly. Market on close. Yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't put too much weight into it. So we're just doing like numbers, like what it closes at. So like if I was to throw this up and be like, all right, SPY closes at 33.81, like that's what you're talking about in terms of betting. And then like tomorrow it opens up at like whatever. Missing this damn move on NQ. I should have been in on this break right here. I decided to go get some insulin. Watch this, watch this. Don't tell me I won't. Don't tell me I won't. Okay, I won't. Alright. 0 to you, Dobbins. I've been the same maybe recently with. Only butts. Okay. Oh, you did bite opens on all those? Today you think we close at that? What is SPY right now? That's a big drop. I'll one up you on that. I should have took that short right there. All right. You can guess that. I'm gonna guess. Saying down. How dare you vote against America? All right. Let's say SPY closes today at, I'm gonna say 30 30 37.57 on SPY. I'm gonna say it. 37.57. So 337.57 will be the close. Tomorrow it opens up at sorry, my son was fake coughing. Scared the poop out of me. He's being a jerk. Right. So, tomorrow, let's do... I'm gonna say higher. I'm gonna say 341.06. Okay, I'll even type it out. So, 337. Did I say 50? Yeah, 57. And then 341.06, right? Did I say 06? I don't even know, remember. Let's go with 06.
I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah, let's roll with those numbers. All right. I wanted to fade. I wanted to fade this. I want to fade this, but I know I shouldn't. Because I wanted that little quick little fade. For like 14 points off of that. You know I'm going to get this. You understand I'm going to get 337.57, right? Look how close it is. James, stocks only go up. wait for the last 2 minutes. If there isn't any, just taking something off before, I would be very skeptical. I even posted it to Twitter, so I am now accountable for my words and actions. I'm 10 cents away. I'm 10 cents away, and then we just have to stall. See, I told you this was gonna happen. So we're gonna get the high day push, and then it's gonna happen exactly like you thought with the pull down, the skimming, taking a little risk off. Oh no, we don't need stalling. We need a high day push, and then a drop into the 337.57. There's no profit. Here it comes. No profit taking. This is America, James. Not even trading anymore. I'm just watching Spy. Damn you! This is a trap. Hey, let's see if I can make money off of this. So we'll fade this. We'll actually try to trade it. Alright. See, because look at that. Look at that. That break. That break right there. I'm gonna fade it. This is a good dip buying opportunity. All this is good dip buying opportunities. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. These people are pansies. Who doesn't want added risk into an election? Let's get rid of all these. Look at that. Look at that. I need to manage my Twitter trade too.
No, it's not. His birthday is so.
Alright, let's see if that fools. No flush yet. No flush yet. What's this? Using the 20 on this pop. That's a good 5-minute candle for a flush though, isn't it? A good candle to get your hopes up and end up losing this bet. I just realized what Mock's in 3 minutes. It's gonna be a good old pop and drop. It's gonna pull a Huey. I'm not gonna leave any open orders because of that mock hit. I bet it's gonna just try to grab as many as it can and then run whatever direction it wants to. So I'm gonna try to play it. You aren't in yours or in me? I feel confident. I feel really confident, but I'm always confident. It's like a pseudo confidence. Okay, here we go. Damn it. Come on. No risk taking. I am freaking 30 cents off. Give me this. Someone's trying to eat it. I don't know if you can see it, but someone's trying. Someone's trying, James. Here it comes. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Come on, damn it. Nick, this is the longest 8 minutes ever. You can't be throwing out terms like that, alright? Number one, they're false, they're made up. And they favor you, it's biased. This is Rocket 30 cents Toppy. It's a good. It's a good. Alright, we got 12 cents. 12 cents to win with 7 minutes left. You put the bad juju in my head. Now I'm expecting a fade. Damn it. Wrong way. 5 minutes left. 4 minutes left to get this right. I'm not even trying to trade anymore at this point. I'm watching Spy to make sure I'm right. The price is wrong, James. The price is wrong. That's smart. Is it tomorrow expiration? That's smart. I'm gonna win this bet. I gotta push this up too. went for the dip. That sucks. That sucks. I shouldn't have done that, but that's fine. I figured there was like what? There's 30 seconds left. Oh, am I gonna get it now? Damn, whatever. That sucks. Yup, that sucks. Damn, whatever. Damn. Oh my god, did you get it? Shut up. Shut your mouth. Did you get it? What was it? Damn. Yeah, that's a win. That's a win. That was pretty damn close. I'm mad I went for that dip. I just wanted to be right. Are you reading level 2? And it showed up and that's what they were aiming for? Nice. I've never heard of it. I'll pay attention to it from now on, I guess. Are you watching Spy when you do it, or are you watching ES? That's not bad. That's not bad. Hey, just message me about it. I'm curious about it as well. I want to see. I'll pay attention more to it now. Alright, I gotta head out. I'll be back on later for nighttime trading, and hopefully it will not try to take trades to make sure that we win the bet. But I will see you guys later tonight. We'll try to get election shit real time and go from there.